Imagine this. A young artist named Mia who dreams of painting a masterpiece that will one day hang in a famous gallery. Mia spends months envisioning every detail, colors, strokes, and the emotion that this painting will evoke. One day, bursting with excitement, Mia shares her dream with her friends at a gathering. Her friends are thrilled. "That's amazing, Mia! You're so talented. It's only a matter of time before you're famous. Hey, remember us when you get to your kingdom." Mia basks in their praise and her cheeks become warm with pride. Mia thinks it feels so good to be seen and to be recognized. But as the days go by, something strange begins to happen. The fire that once fueled her starts to dim. She finds herself sketching less and ultimately putting off starting the actual painting. The dream she spoke so passionately about now seems so distant. What changed? You see, Mia doesn't realize it yet, but the energy she needed to bring her vision to life was spent on the applause of her friends. Sharing her dream gave her a fleeting taste of accomplishment, but it left her feeling less motivated to actually do the work. I'm sure you figured it out by now, but this story isn't just about Mia. This story is about you, and it's about me. Too often, we allow the joy of talking about our goals to replace the discipline of pursuing them. And today, we're going to talk about why keeping your goals to yourself might just be the secret to accomplishing them. Have you ever shared an exciting goal or a big dream with someone, only to feel less motivated to go after it? Maybe in the moment you felt great. They clapped for you, praised your ambition, or gave you some well-meaning advice. But afterward, that burning fire to get to work just wasn't there. If you've experienced this, you're not alone. In fact, scientific research has shown that sharing your goals with others can actually rob you of the core motivation needed to achieve them. At a glance, it sounds strange, but when we dig a little deeper, it starts to make perfect sense. Let's start with the science. Studies show that when you tell people about your goals and they react positively, whether with encouragement, a pat on the back, or admiration, it triggers dopamine in your brain. Dopamine is the same chemical that is released when you actually accomplish something meaningful. In other words, someone says, "That's so amazing, you're so ambitious," and your brain gets a little hit of satisfaction, as if the job is already done and you ain't even started yet. This is why it feels so good to share our goals. But here's the catch. The feel-good feeling can trick you into thinking that you've made progress. As author Ryan Holiday says in Ego is the Enemy, talk depletes you. It lessens the likelihood of doing and creates the impression that you've already done the work. It creates the impression that the change has already happened. Holiday reminds us that talking about our ambitions can create the illusion of progress. To avoid this trap, we must be focused on the action. A lot of times, it's better to save your words for the actual results and channel your energy into making real strides toward your goals. I'll put it to you like this. Talk is cheap. Talking about your goal is not the same as taking action. The energy that should be spent on the work is now spent on the applause, leaving you with less drive to push forward. Instead of sharing your goals, keep that energy to yourself and channel it into action. If you're so excited about your idea, don't just talk about it, start working on it. Whether it's waking up earlier, learning a new skill, starting a business, or saving money for a new project, let the work be your reward and not the validation from others. There is a level where mentorship happens, where you're sharing an ambition with a mentor or someone who's respected in hopes of getting either their support or guidance on the best way to get started. But that action should be separated in your brain from just telling any and everybody about what you're so excited about accomplishing. Another thought is the crab barrel mentality is real. Picture a barrel full of crabs. When one tries to climb out, the others instinctively reach up and pull it back down. They don't do this out of malice. This is just their nature. Not everyone you share your goals with will cheer you on. Some people might be indifferent, and some may even try to snatch you back down to the bottom of the barrel where they're at. Don't be different. Hang out with us. This is when you start to hear things like, "Are you sure that's realistic? What if it doesn't work out? Don't get your hopes up too high." These comments are more about the person that makes them than they are about you. These comments, they might come from a place of concern, but they might also come from a place of insecurity. But the overarching problem is no matter the place in which the comment comes from, they can plant seeds of doubt in your mind. And doubt, once it takes root, can be hard to uproot. One of my favorite quotes is that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And the reason I love that quote is because it reminds us that our dreams don't require validation from others. It is your belief in your vision that will carry you through. So why let the crabs pull you down? One of the hardest truths that those that go hard after their dreams eventually have to encounter is a simple thought that not everyone will understand your vision. That's okay. Part of the reason they won't understand your vision is because God didn't give them the same vision. He gave you the vision. Your goals are yours for a reason. They don't need to make sense to everyone else, and they don't need anyone else's approval. So the solution here is to protect your dreams by keeping them private. Let your progress speak for itself. By the time anyone sees what you've accomplished, it'll be too late for their doubt to affect you. Let's talk about motivation. Two kinds I want to cover: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. It's driven by your personal values, your passions, and your desire to grow. Extrinsic motivation comes from external sources, like praise, recognition, and rewards. When you share your goals, you are tapping into extrinsic motivation. And while it will feel good in the moment, it's fragile. It depends on how others react to you. If they cheer for you, you feel great. But if they don't, your motivation takes a hit. By keeping your goals private, you strengthen your intrinsic motivation. You remind yourself that what you're doing is for you, not for applause, not for validation, but because it matters to you. Intrinsic motivation is powerful. It's powerful stuff because it is the intrinsic motivation that keeps you going when no one's watching. It's what keeps you going when things get tough. It's what keeps you going when the growth is slower than you had originally hoped for. When you keep your goals to yourself, you're not working for the spotlight. You're working for the substance. True success is always surrounding something meaningful. It is never about impressing others along the way. So the next time you feel tempted to share your goals, I want you to ask yourself, am I seeking validation or am I ready to put in the work? If it's validation you're after, hold off. Let your actions speak louder than words. Do you have anybody in your life who's always talking about what they're going to do? This is the type of person who changes their career paths maybe 15, 20 times in a year. All right, maybe 15 and 20 is a bit much, but you get what I'm saying. It's the type of person that wants to be an astronaut and go be a dentist. And then while they're being a dentist, they're like, well, people have always told me I'm funny, so I want to be a comedian too. And you know, I've always loved animals, so I'm gonna be a vet too. There are certain people in our lives that are always talking about what they're going to accomplish. And the truth is, anyone can talk about what they're going to do, but it's the people that actually do the work that make the impact. When you think about the most successful people you know, chances are they didn't spend a lot of time talking about their goals. Why is that? They were too busy working on them. And when they finally shared their achievements, it was through results and not through words. When you keep your goals private, you free yourself. You free yourself from the pressure to live up to the expectations of other people. You don't have to worry about what they think, whether they're impressed, or how they're judging your progress. You can focus entirely on the work, the daily habits, the small wins, and the consistent efforts that lead to the success you're desiring. And remember, when you finally achieve your goal, you won't need to tell anyone. Success speaks up for itself. So we've established that your goals are personal. They're your dreams, they're your ambitions, they're your vision for your life. And like any valuable treasure, they must be protected. When you share your goals too soon, you expose them to opinions, criticisms, and distractions that can easily derail you. I want you to begin to think of your goal as a seedling. In the beginning, it's delicate. It needs care, it needs intention and attention, and it needs time to grow. If you expose a seedling to harsh conditions too early, it won't survive. But once it's grown strong, once it has become rooted in action and nurtured by consistent effort, it can thrive anywhere. By then, you can share it with the world if you want to. But until then, protect it. Keep it close. The simple theme of this video is keep it quiet, keep it moving. Keep it quiet, keep it moving. I know you're excited. I know you can't wait, but you've got work to do. Keep it quiet, keep it moving. I know you might think that the people that are in your circle will be excited to hear what you have, but you never know. There might be a crab in a barrel mentality. Keep it quiet, keep it moving. If you can keep it quiet and keep it moving, you will distribute the right amount of energy towards getting the work done, and you will change your entire life for the better. Things to remember on your journey. Number one, sharing your goals can create a false sense of accomplishment, ultimately robbing you of motivation. Number two, the crabs in the barrel mentality can expose you to doubt and negativity from others. Number three, keeping your goals private strengthens your intrinsic motivation, making you more disciplined and focused. Number four, progress speaks louder than promises. Let your results do the talking. And number five, protect the vision by nurturing it in private until it's time to shine. Here's my challenge to you. Take one goal that you've been thinking about and don't tell anyone about it. Instead, channel that energy into action. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how much progress you can make when you focus on the work instead of applause. And remember, you don't need the world to believe in your dream. You just need to believe in them yourself. Keep it quiet, keep it moving. Your success is waiting for you, quietly, patiently, and ready to be claimed. Always remember that growth is a journey, it's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.